Halloween night. For many people, it beats the Super Bowl, Christmas, and New Year's combined. As a kid from the suburbs, personally, I wasn't really a fan. I had nothing against the holiday itself, but when you grow up seeing CSI murder scenes on every lawn come October, it becomes a little too morbid. This year was the first time in as long as I can remember I was actually excited about the holiday. I had just turned 21 a month before and had roommates who drank like fish. With a major holiday around the corner, it meant one thing: we're getting sideways. My excitement had another reason. A girl named Liz, who I had gotten close with and had developed quite a crush on, was a Halloween fanatic. She told me she was going to the same bar as I was with her roommates dressed as a biker game. I'll let you guess what show. I had been crushing on her for a long time, and after much thought and encouragement from my roommates, I decided this was going to be the night I asked her out. It was 9 at night when me and my roommates finished getting ready. Jack, a 6'1" avid swimmer, was wearing a flannel, thick glasses, and had written, "I chopped wood before it was cool," on the blade of a fake axe. Hipster or lumberjack, he called it. Dave, 6 foot and skinny, was wearing dirty jeans, a white t-shirt, and a trash can on his head. White trash. Finally, John, a 6'3" former football player, was wearing regular clothes and a sign around his neck that said, "Nudist on strike." My costume was a robe, a wand, and a football helmet. Fantasy football. We piled into a cab, after pre-gaming with a 30 rack, and made the 5-minute drive to Teddy's on the Rocks. It was a big building with a square bar in the middle and a stage on the opposite side of the entrance. We went through the double doors and straight to the bar. I pulled out my cell phone and texted Liz to see when she was showing up. Right as I put the phone back in my pocket, the doors swung open. Speak of the devil. There was Liz and her roommates, all leather, jeans, and attitude. They saw us immediately and made their way through the crowd. We all said our hellos and regular pleasantries before jumping into conversation. The entire time, Liz was standing close enough for me to catch a whiff of her perfume every time she turned her head. Now or never. I asked Liz to go outside, and she followed me out to the back patio. We talked a bit more before I had the courage to pull the trigger. What do you think about going out sometime?" I asked her, heart in throat. She cocked her head to the side. "Excuse me?" I stammered. You know, like, going to dinner or something." She smiled at me. "Are you asking me on a date?" I took another deep breath. "Well, yeah." There was the longest pause of my life. Liz grinned. Then she burst out laughing. "Oh, Mike, that's so cute. You honestly think you have a shot with me?" A pit formed in my chest. What? She tilted her head back and roared with laughter. "Come on, Mike. I'm at least an 8. And you, well, you're a 4 if I'm feeling generous. It would never work, but it's so cute that you think it would." She cackled her entire way back to the bar. I stood stupid with my heart, stomach, and jaw on the floor. I went back inside the bar. Was she drunk? That was not the Liz I had become so close with. I had no idea what had gotten into her. Me and her used to make fun of girls like that. The only things I knew for certain is one of my closest friends had finally shown her true self, and I was going to get blackout drunk. I sat at the bar, slamming back shot after shot of high-proof whiskey. The laugh was the worst part of it. I'll admit I'm not the best-looking guy, but still. I was motioning towards the bartender to refill my empty shooter for the I don't know what time, when I looked up from my empty shot glass. Clear across the room, she was there, leather arms wrapped around Jack's neck. The two kissing on the middle of the dance floor. They paused for a minute so she could put her head next to his bicep. She looked me dead in the eyes and winked. Jack knew I liked her. 2 betrayals in one night. I was on a roll. I got up and left the bar. It was only a 30-minute walk back to the dorm, and the beer-whiskey combo was keeping me warm, if nothing else. I wanted to pull up my phone and call Jack to curse him out, but after patting my pockets, I realized I had left it at the bar. To add insult to injury, as I was going up the hill to my building, trying hard to hold back puke, I heard the sound of breaking glass. A bottle exploded in front of me, and a car rushed by with the driver screaming, "Asshole!" I got back to my dorm and went straight to the bathroom. I closed the door and just stared at the mirror for a bit. Asshole. The driver was right. There were other words I was calling myself, but that one seemed to fit best. I stared at myself in my costume. I looked ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I ripped everything off with angry fists as I slid down onto the bathroom floor. That's when I heard the front door open and the voices, Jack and Dave's, to be precise.
"Fuck him, dude. He's a loser,"
Jack said.
"Can't believe he actually thought he had a chance." Haha.
Dave responded with a laugh. I wanted to get up and scream at them, but I just didn't have the strength. I heard them grab something, and with a slam, they left the room. For the first time in years, I cried. I know, men don't cry, but men get the girl. Men surround themselves with loyal friends. I was shooting 3 for 4 fake best friends. I admitted what I truly was. Nothing. I had checked out. Player 1 has left the game. Cash in your chips and go home. That was how my Halloween night went, until I finally had the intelligence to just pass out. I woke up the next morning on the cold bathroom floor. I got up and sulked out into our common room to see John lying on the couch. He looked up at me and smiled.
"You dropped this at Teddy's,"
he said while sliding my phone across the coffee table.
"Don't be mad, dude, but Dave got wasted last night and, said things,"
he added with a half grin. "Yeah, I heard him talking," I said bitterly. "Please tell me I at least still have John." I picked up my phone and saw the green light flashing. I had new text messages.
"Dave asked out Holly and, she said yes. He was so happy he ended up talking to Liz for a bit. Dude talked you up like you cured cancer,"
he continued. I opened up the text on my phone. 2 new messages from Liz. The first was, "Can't come down tonight. Jen's having a crisis. Stop by the room later." The second message said, "We really should talk tomorrow. Lunch?" I was so enraged. I was going to smash my phone on the floor until I saw another text. There was a collection of "Where are you?" messages, all from the guys and Liz's roommates. The message I focused on was from Dave.
"Got your back, dude. Just call me Bro Sidon, king of the Broction. Fuck yeah, America."
I stared at the message written in fluent Drunkenese, too angry to think. "I fucking heard Jack and Dave come in last night making fun of me. Liz fucking laughed in my face when I asked her out. What kind of sick shit is this?" John lifted himself off the couch with a concerned and confused look.
"Dude, Liz didn't go out last night. She was doing damage control boyfriend crap with Jen. Also, Dave never came back to the room. We went straight to their room after the bar and he stayed the night."
There's no way. I remembered everything. The fight, the laughing, the bottle.
"We went looking for you at the bar, but Jack left early and said he saw you walking up the hill. We figured you went to bed or something."
The door opened and a smiling, still drunk Dave stumbled in.
"Well, if it isn't Disapiro,"
he said with a laugh. I went to say something, but he cut me off.
"Dude, Liz likes you likes you. Giggling Japanese schoolgirl crush likes you. Better get your ass looking presentable. Your blushing bride wants a sit down."
He laughed again and went into the kitchen. John shook his head.
"In case you don't speak Ozzy Osbourne, Liz likes you back."
I just stood as stupid as I had the night before, as I thought I had the night before. I heard you and Jack, I muttered. This all made no sense. I heard them. I saw them.
Where is that motherfucker anyway?
Dave asked as he stumbled towards Jack's room, mug of coffee firmly in his hand. I stood stunned. What had happened? This had to be a prank, one of Dave's twisted jokes. My train of thought was interrupted by the sound of breaking glass. A few weeks ago, Jack was doing research on local legends for a paper. One of the stories he came across was called The Spirits Game. Story was, every year on Halloween, the dead would rise and freely roam the earth. Some of the more malevolent ones would invite the still living to play a game. It was simple. You won if you made it through what would be one of the worst nights of your life. Winners get everything they personally wish for and a lifetime of happiness. Losers joined the dead. The spirits would use hallucinations, false memories, and psychological torture to try and expand their ranks. After Jack explained the rules, Dave and John agreed, "Fuck that." I thought for a moment and said, "You know what? I think I'd give it a try." Jack nodded.
Yeah, me too.
That memory was playing over and over again in my mind. In front of me, John frantically shook a dead Jack. Vomit covered his flannel shirt and his skin was ash gray. Dave was down the hall, screaming and pounding on the RA's door. I stared at the body of my friend, my loyal to the end friend. A half-empty bottle of vodka laid on its side, mixing with a turned-over bottle of Percocet. Jack had just as bad of a night as I had, but while I was lying down on the bathroom floor, he decided to self-medicate. On the floor of his bedroom, liquor mixed with the pills the same way it did in his stomach. Player 2 has left the game.